What's up, everybody, and welcome to this full review and full tutorial on using AI tools to do a faceless YouTube channel. Specifically, we're going to leverage tools like ChatGPT, and the big one is going to be the service called Pictory. You can see here that we're going to walk you through. And what's neat about this course, guys, is we put a lot of work into this because this was originally made as a Udemy course. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? Like there's so much stuff where we're being driven to paid courses and everybody's just making their money. I said, you know what, let's just do this thing for free, right? I mean, let's just give people access to this. And so that's what we decided to do. So you'll notice as we go through the lessons here, these lessons were set up originally for Udemy, the way I'll be addressing them, but it doesn't change the information, right? And like I said, through these lessons, we'll be talking about ChatGPT, we'll be talking about Pictory, and I'll actually have some bonus stuff there about how I use Canva to create these faceless YouTube channels, to make them really professional and to do it really easy. And you can find links for all these services down in the description box. And for Pictory, you can find my discount affiliate link as well. So encourage you to check that out. Like I said, as you move through this series, it'll be all those lessons just kind of popped into one here. But as always, if you have any questions about any of this stuff as you're going through, please don't hesitate to ask down in the comments. I'll get back to you. And with that said, enjoy the course. Welcome to this new course on leveraging AI tools for YouTube. Now, you might be thinking, there's a lot of courses out there on this. Why would I take this one? That's because this one's going to be very unique. It's the whole reason I'm creating this is because this is dealing with some tools, one specific tool that you're not seeing used much. It's pretty new, but it's a game changer. And this is Pictory right here. We're going to talk about this tool a lot and what it looks like. It's an AI tool that automatically generates video, and it's huge for me. As we talk about this, we're going to look primarily at three tools. I do use ChatGPT for script writing, Pictory for generating videos, music, the audio, AI voiceovers, custom personal voiceovers, intro slides. I mean, all sorts of things can be used. And we also are going to talk about Canva a little bit, looking at, Canva's a graphic design software, if you're not familiar with it. And I do use this to really perfect my videos, adding in some custom intro slides. I use it from the channel itself as far as branding and thumbnails and things like that. And so as we go through this course, I'm gonna show you a side YouTube project that I'm working on. Not my main channel. It's a new channel I'm getting started. And as I walk through, we're going to walk through these tools. We're going to walk through everything they can do. And I'm going to walk you through the creation of one of my videos. You're going to see behind the scenes. I'm going to walk you through every step by step. I'm going to show you exactly what I do and explain it, make it as simple and straightforward as possible so you can see how I do it. And chances are by the time you take this course, the video will be uploaded and you'll be able to find it. And so I want to make this as simple as possible. Now, to be upfront, I will say, as you know, ChatGPT, free. Canva has a free version and a paid version. We'll talk about that. I use the paid version because it comes with a lot of tools. And Pictory is not a free tool, but there's a couple different pricing options. I pay $18 a month, but it's definitely worth it as it's an unbelievable game changer to me. And like I said, I'm going to walk you through step by step everything that I do. Course is going to be awesome. Glad you're going to join us. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to give a quick introduction to ChatGPT right now, and we're going to really dive into how we're going to be using it later. But in case you're not familiar, you might be, probably are. But if not, ChatGPT is a very simple AI writing tool, right? You can go in there and you can ask it questions. You can tell it to give you information. It'll scrape the whole of the internet. It scrapes for credibility, things like that, and it'll give you a generated answer. And we're going to be utilizing this for writing scripts. This has been a game changer. I don't have to write scripts anymore. I can, I'll sometimes double check things, but for the most part, I don't have to do all this research, which takes a lot of time. And so this is a huge game changer for so many people. Now, if you've never used ChatGPT before, first thing you're going to want to do is go here to chat.openai.com, right? And obviously you can log in. This is where I would go. But if you haven't made an account, you're just going to go to sign up. Real simple. You can sign in with your email address. I mean, this stuff's really obvious, right? I mean, you can just follow the instructions, or you can use your Google account. I just use my Google account. Super, super, super quick and easy, right? Once you have logged in, it's going to bring you here. It's going to bring you here to the main page. Now you can see I've already got a couple things on the left. You can see the channel we're going to look at is nature based. It's actually animal based, and it's super straightforward. Right off the bat, you'll see on this main screen at the bottom, this right here is where you can ask anything, right? Like, let's just use as an example, how long, and I haven't even double checked this before, is Mars. Okay, I have not searched this. I have no idea what it's going to tell me. We're just going to use this. So we type, how large is Mars? And one thing you'll notice is it can go slower or quicker depending on the time of the day. We're at a part of the day right now where it's actually going pretty slow, I would say right now. This is pretty slow. It's going slower than it normally does, that's for sure. That's because ChatGPT is quote unquote busy. But look at what it's doing still, right? Fourth planet from the sun. It's giving me other information. The red planet. And this is a short question, so it just gave me a short answer. In terms of physical size, there's the diameter, right, in kilometers in Mars, half the size of Earth. The surface it shows the square miles and square kilometers. I mean, just boom, it pumps it out. I mean, it's a lot of people started using this as an actual search engine, right? So you see how simple and easy ChatGPT is, and you see how it works. And so what we're going to talk about is how to utilize this, like I said, to generate these scripts. And you can see some that I've done in the past. I've done a lot more. I've deleted a lot of them off. But yeah, it's really that simple. And so we'll dive in a little bit later and explain how we are going to be using ChatGPT to generate our YouTube scripts. I'm going to give a quick overview on Pictory, exactly what Pictory is. Pictory for us is going to be the meat and potatoes of what we look at and what we use. This has been the game changer for me for this type of content creation. I know this visual probably looks a little funny. As I said before, this side channel I'm working on is kind of nature and specifically animal based. And so you'll see a little bit more with that. This fun little eel that's been opening its mouth at us. But so this tool is really cool. Basically, the way it works is you upload your script into it, and what it does is it generates a full-length video automatically for you with these royalty-free video clips that are a huge, huge volume of clips that are within the system. We'll look at that later. And it takes your script and it looks at different words, and it automatically creates clips that go with your script in that different section. And so now I've already gone through and I've switched out a lot of these video clips because this channel requires some really specific clips of the specific animal and things like that. But it's super easy to switch out. That's actually one of the big benefits of this tool is it has such a huge database of these videos, and it's so easy to switch them in and out because it automatically builds this video out and it segments your script into clips. It's so easy. You literally just upload it and boom, it does it. And so we'll talk about a little bit later. I'll walk you through that process of uploading it and what that looks like. And then you'll see over here too, with this, you can do those video clips. There's a massive library of audio, of music, background music you can put in. We'll look at that. Voiceovers, it has AI voiceovers that will just completely read your whole script for you, or you can record your own. Either way, that's completely up to you. It has a bunch of different voices for voiceovers, lots of other different tools too, but we're going to dive deeper into those, branding, everything else. We're going to dive deeper into those tools a little bit later, but that's what Pictory is. It literally just, you put the script in and it generates this whole video with music and AI voiceovers and everything. Absolute game changer. Excited to dive into all the different tools and everything it has to offer and to show you exactly how I use it to create easy, high quality, professional videos for my channels. Here, guys, I want to do just a very quick introduction into Canva. So we've talked about we talked about ChatGPT, we talked about Pictory. Now we're introducing Canva. Canva is kind of the third part of what we're going to be using. If you're not familiar, Canva is basically graphic design software, but it's pretty broad in scope. It can deal with video, as we're going to see during this course, and it can do all sorts of things. I use Canva for a couple different things. I do custom intro slides, high quality professional style intro slides, which we'll look at. I use them for a lot for the channel itself, for the branding. I use it for my YouTube thumbnails. We have a bonus video at the end of this course. This course itself is more on video creation, not on the back end of the YouTube channel, but I do have a bonus video on thumbnails just because thumbnails are so incredibly important to YouTube channels, and Canva makes it really easy to do those thumbnails. And like I said before, Canva has a free version and a pro version that is paid. I use a pro version. Recommend it, but you don't have to. It just gives you access to more. And you'll see a little bit later when we look at it, you can with Canva. It's really simple. You look on the front page, you'll see there's different options that seem kind of random. Video, right? You see YouTube banner, the different type of templates that they have. You can search templates on here. I usually just go to create a design with everything I do, and you can see suggested, and you can type in anything. You can see already ones that I do, YouTube Shorts. If you want YouTube banner, YouTube thumbnail, even if you just type in YouTube, you can see all these different templates, and there's a bunch of different themes within each of these templates that you'll find. But you can see all shorts, profile picture, live stream video, templates, video chat, everything like this. Super, super, super simple. There's even just YouTube video, right? If I wanted to do that. And we'll, like I said, we'll explore what this looks like. Canva is such a great tool. So many people use it for a reason, and we're going to use it to really, this is not an AI tool. This is the one that's not AI, but it's so helpful for so many reasons, and I'll kind of walk you through how I do. Also, you can pull, I should have mentioned, you can pull extra video from Canva. We'll have a lesson on that too. If you don't have all the video you want in Pictory, you can pull video straight out of Canva. You're allowed to use it on YouTube as well, and I'll show you how you can find that, pull it out, and put it into Pictory if you need something really specific that you can't find in Pictory. So this is a really cool tool, really helpful. Canva, you'll be hearing a little bit more about that later in the course. All right, so we're going to dive into it now. We are going to begin the process of looking at creating our first video. Now, a reminder, as I do this, I'm going to be walking through the literal creation of a video. This isn't just a random example. This is me making an actual video for one of my channels. And you're going to see exactly what I do. I'm going to explain every step. And to begin here, we're looking at ChatGPT. This is our it's a big step, but it's our one step with ChatGPT, where we're going to be writing YouTube scripts. I said before, it's a game changer. It makes it so much easier. This channel, that we're looking at, is a nature-based, specifically an animal-based channel. It's a channel designed somewhat towards kids, but adults too, teaching about animals. Short 5-10 minute videos. We're going to do a 5-minute video here. And each video highlights a specific animal. I have a master list that I created that I'm going through. This one specifically is going to look at penguins, right? Who doesn't like penguins? And so if you look here on the left, you'll notice some videos I've done already. I've actually done about 24. I deleted most of them off, but it's kind of a random. You see everything from eels to dragonflies, the huskies, like the dog, cranes, like the bird, alligators, lots of random stuff, right? And these are all ones I've done so far. And so we're going to write a script. I'm going to look at some of these others too. We're going to have it write us a script on penguins, okay? And I'm going to tell you, I kind of have a template that I've put together, and we're going to do this really simply. First off, whenever you want ChatGPT to write a YouTube script, you need to specify that to YouTube script. So rather than just asking it to, say, teach about animals, I'm going to ask it to write a YouTube script, okay? Now, I'm a little anal, and I like to capitalize, but write a YouTube script is going to be the first part, okay? Because it's not just going to give me information about that animal, it's going to give it to me in a way that's good for presenting. Okay, to write a YouTube script. In my channel, I'm teaching about something, so I'm going to say teaching about, what are we going to teach about? Well, in this situation, we're doing penguins. Spelled it right on. Okay, YouTube script teaching about penguins. Okay. Now, the next part of this, right, I'm going to keep it simple. The more information you can give, the better. And one thing you'll realize, some of it's trial and error. The more you do this, you will go back and be able to fine tune, because you can generate these really quickly and as many as you want. So you can fine tune how you write it. But mine, I'm going to say, write a YouTube script teaching about penguins. The next step, though, is I need time. How long do I need the script to be? Well, I want it to be 5 minutes long. So I'm going to have it say, write a 5-minute YouTube script teaching about penguins. Very, very simple. However, one last step. This is a little trick I learned. Whatever time you tell it, it ends up being about 2/3 as long as what you say. So if you say, write a 15-minute script, the script it's going to give you is probably going to be around 10 minutes. And that's whether you have AI doing it or you're doing it personally. It usually kind of goes down. And so if I want a 5-minute script, I go up by about 50%. So I usually just say 8-minute script. And an 8-minute script will give me about a 5-minute. So hopefully that makes sense, right? So whatever you want, go up about 50%. If you want a 10-minute script, say, give me a 15-minute script. If you wanted, 20-minute script, say, give me a 30-minute script. Go up by about 50%. That's just a little trick I've learned, right? So write an 8-minute YouTube script teaching about penguins, right? And from there, just hit enter. And there you go. You can see it's already going. It's moving at a decent little pace here. Now, the first thing I want you to notice here is this is writing this somewhat like an article. It's still going to work really well as a script, but you'll see how they put like introduction, body, number 1, habitat. Since you're using this as a script, you're not going to want most of that read typically. So you can do one of two things. You can either, what I would usually do is just delete them. You don't need the word introduction, body or habitat. It usually flows fine. If I were to read this sentence right here, interesting facts about penguins, including their habitat, diet, behavior, and more, and then go straight into penguins are found in the southern hemisphere. Just delete that out. You can make transition slides if you want to use the headings it gives you. Like you could have a transition slide in this case of, next we're going to look at the habitat of penguins, right? Which, by the way, it just finished. That's how quickly it gave me a 5-minute script, or what it thinks is an 8-minute script, but a 5-minute script. So I'm just going to delete these little headings out, and the rest of it will work just fine, right? And so you go through here, the whole thing's done. And I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like I said, you'll see these headings. I'm just going to delete these out. No big deal. Another thing I will do myself is I sometimes will make a few small edits. It's worth reading through. 99% of it's fine. I add kind of a custom ending to mine, a consistent ending, like a last sentence, but it's always the same thing. In the end, I like to say, hey everyone, or hey everybody versus hello. I think it sounds more natural. Just simple stuff like that. And that is it. Literally, I'm going to take out, I can tell you at a glance, I will take out hello and put hey everyone. I'll change this last sentence, and then I'll take out, conclusion and each of these lines, not the whole thing, each of these lines, and literally just delete them. That's it. Once I put in the script, it takes me 2 seconds. The rest of the script, without even looking, I can tell you right now, it's going to be fine. I'll still read through it anyways, but that's it. The whole script is made, right? And so that's something, as you look through these different examples, you'll see the same thing done. This was an old one I had on eels. This one's fine from the start. All of it's fine. I just changed the hello and the last line. Sometimes you'll see on dragonflies, you'll see ones that have these same types of headings. Sometimes the script will give you like video direction. It'll say in parentheses, camera zooms in slowly on penguin. Again, I just delete those out. No big deal. The rest of it is fine for a script, and those small edits take 2 seconds. So literally, it's creating a script is as easy as I just wrote that one sentence, clicked enter, and you saw how quickly it happened. I just gave my whole script, delete a few things. I mean, I can knock this whole thing out. Like I can make a script and have it ready for Pictory in like a minute. which is crazy, the entire script for a YouTube video. So ChatGPT really is a game changer. Like I said, I mentioned a couple tips about how to construct your message here about what to ask it. And like I said, for your specific niche, you'll probably fine tune this and find a different wording kind of works a little bit better. Just remember, like I said, put the time at about 50% more than you need, but that can be something you experiment with. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's generating your scripts. In a nutshell, you fit that for your niche. And once you do that, you're ready to go. And so here in our next lesson, we will jump into uploading those scripts and getting them ready for Pictory to get our video done. So see you in that next lesson. All right, everybody. So in this lesson, we are going to look at taking that script that we created in ChatGPT and getting it uploaded into Pictory. Okay, so right here you're going to see kind of the dashboard when you first log into your Pictory account. You're going to come up to this page right here, and you're going to see different options that you can do in Pictory: script to video, which is what we're doing, article to video, which all that is literally turning an online article. If you have like a blog, copy and paste the URL, makes that a video. Edit videos using text, visuals, videos, other options. But really what we're going to focus on is script to video. That's for YouTube purposes, unless you're taking a blog article. But script to video, what we're going to do is we're just going to go to proceed, right? Super simple. Now we're going to go back here to the script we created. Remember the script we made before, previous lesson, and I'm going to copy it. Pretty obvious, okay? Literally, we're just going to take it and we're going to paste it in here. Now, if you remember what I said before, a couple edits we want to make. We're just going to take out some of these little, these headings, and you can see, I don't have to delete these gaps right here if I don't want to. You'll see some of them. Like habitat was still in there. Diet. I'm just going to do this real quick. You see how quick this goes, though. Even though this article generated had a lot of headings in it, we just delete these and boom. Okay. And if you remember, I said the two changes that I make in my videos, just because I think it sounds more natural, I say, hey, everyone. Pretty simple. And then my last sentence, I say, I say this, couldn't remember. I say, these are just my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's that call to action at the end. And to join us again next time as we learn about another amazing animal. It'd go faster if I could type faster, but that's it. I'm done, right? I'm going to put the name in here, penguin, and we're going to go to, from here, it's ready to go. We're going to click proceed. Okay. Now, you'll see templates library. You've got all these quote unquote templates. The only thing these templates are the subtitles. You see the difference in subtitles here? As far as the video goes, you're picking your own videos or it's generating videos. So this just deals, you can see the different types of subtitles. When you highlight, you can see the way they look. They appear on screen differently as well. And they kind of give certain themes that go with it. To me, this isn't a huge deal. I don't like subtitles like this that cover a lot of the screen. And you don't even need subtitles either. You can just delete the subtitles out if you don't want them in your video at all. A lot of people don't want them, and that's fine. But you can see all these different options. Honestly, you see my templates. This is just one I always pick. And so that's why it's here under my templates. And I just pick the same one every time. Not a big deal. It's literally just the subtitles. So we're going to click select. Now, aspect ratio. You can see here pretty quickly, you've got three options. For long form YouTube content, as you can tell looking at it, 16:9. This is what we're going to want. If you're doing short form content like YouTube Shorts, you could do 9:16. 1:1, you don't really need it for anything important. So we're going to do 16:9 for our YouTube video. And click continue. And it's doing its thing. See, please wait while the video storyboard is being created. And it's putting it together for us. Like, literally, that's it. You go to the last lesson, you see how quickly we made the script. And then that process, and it's a lot faster when I'm not explaining it, right? You just plug it in and see it's 80% done. My computer's running a little hot right now, to be honest, so it's probably going a little bit slower. But it's literally generating this video before our eyes. And I want to keep this on. I don't want to skip ahead so you can see how long it takes. And like I said, it's taking a little bit longer than it normally would. I can hear my computer, but so yeah. Now, the first thing I'll tell you, you'll notice this video is coming out a little bit shorter than normal, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. That's definitely shorter than normal, but by the time I add in my custom intro slide and I record it myself, it'll probably go above, I do my own voiceover, it'll probably go above 4:30. So like I said, 4 to 6 minute range is pretty standard. But yeah, so down here you'll see there's an introduction scene that's automatically generated, and we'll talk about this. There's templates, the reason this logo's here and whatnot. I'm going to completely redo this intro scene. I'll show you how I do that on Canva in another lesson. But then you go through, and like I said, my whole computer's running slow, and you'll see like automatically here's some penguins, right, as it introduces penguins. But you'll notice a lot of the video clips aren't going to feature penguins. And I'll show you later, there'll be a million videos on penguins. I'm not even worried about it. What this does is every video clip, it finds something and it fixates on some part of the text here, and it generates the video based on something that it sees. But what we're going to see later is, even though I'm going to have to switch out a lot of things, I'm going to see, this isn't a penguin, it's a turtle. For my niche, I need really specific videos. So I'm going to switch out the majority of these videos. For yours, you might not have to switch out many of them. But later when we look at the video portion of it, you're going to see how quick and easy it is to switch these out. The beauty of it, though, is these are already, each slide is pre-generated. I can just switch in video clips. The scene duration, you can see here, right, is decided based on the text, how long it takes to read the text, and it auto adjusts to voiceovers. It's really simple. So what you can see here is this whole video was already generated and it's ready to go. Literally all we're going to have to do, and we'll go back and we'll look at how we do this in another lesson. I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to switch out these video clips, which isn't going to take long at all, and all our videos pretty much going to be done. And so that's it. It's really that simple. You take that script, you literally paste it in, click on a few things, and boom, it pops this up for you. It's as simple as can be. And so with that said, here in the next lesson, we're going to dive into all these options on the left sidebar, and we're going to explain what each one is and how they work and how we will be using them. So we will see you in the next lesson. All right, and welcome back, guys. So in this section, we are going to look very quickly at Pictory tools. So where we left off, we've gotten our script uploaded, our general video has been generated, right? And we're going to look through these tools. You can see on the left sidebar here, and we're going to go through all these tools very quickly, and then we're going to have two individual lessons where we're going to go back and we're going to look at visuals and audio, because those are the two kind of deep dives where we're really going to use a lot more in depth in those tools. But we are going to go through each one of these first, and then we'll do a deep dive on these two. And then after that, like I said, I'll walk you through the full creation of a video. So first, you're sitting here looking, you upload your video, you're looking at this format here. Like I said, first at the bottom of the screen, you can see each of the scenes that are generated from your intro, scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can keep going across all the way. There's 25 scenes for this one, and an outro, an intro scene, and you can cut the disable or enable as you want the intro and outro. Okay, up here, obviously the actual video, and you can see there's tools involved on here as well. You can preview what this clip will look like, trim up the video, add voiceover. We'll talk about that later. You can see the duration that's generated for this clip, and I mentioned it before, but this video length right here, this 11.5 seconds, is generated automatically based on the amount of text here, how long it thinks it'll take this text to read. So if it thinks this text will take like 10.5 seconds, then it'll say 11.5 seconds. That'll give a little buffer at the beginning and end, and that'll be based on how long it takes the AI voiceover to read it. And it's going to take about the same amount of time if you do your own voiceovers, but what's cool, and we'll talk about this when we get into audio, is that the length of this scene will auto adjust to your voiceover. So if you record your own and it takes a little bit less or a little bit more, it'll automatically adjust the length of the scene, which is huge, makes the whole process a lot quicker. Okay, now, like I said, I want to talk about these tools here on the left side. That's the focus of this lesson. First, right here, as you can see, story. This is really simple. This is just the full list of this is your script split into scenes. As you can see, intro, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. You can see the text that appears in each one of these, and that correlates with these scenes down here, right? If I click scene 3, that's taking me to scene 3. So forth, so on. Pretty obvious. You can also see these highlighted words are the words that it chose to it chose these words to pick a clip from. Like I said, it picks a couple words out of your script, and that's how it generates the clip. And it's just kind of showing you some of the words that it chose. Again, that's just it doing its thing. Not that big of a deal. So that's story. Like I said, I don't really use this tool very much, but you can see everything is laid out there. Next, visuals. And like I said, we'll do a deep dive in this. There's a lot more to this, but this is how you can see all the different clips you can use over here. And it's so easy. If you want to pick a new clip to switch in, like if I wanted to use whatever this is, I literally click it and give it a second, and boom, it puts in a new clip. Literally, that's it. That's how easy it is to switch these clips in and out. And then I just re-click this, but you can click back down here, undo if you want to fix it. And you can search for new images here. And like I said, we'll talk about this in its own lesson. But you can find so many other tools, different types of special backgrounds, textures, any uploads you've done yourself. I've deleted a lot of mine out, recent ones that you've used. Right, pretty straightforward, but this is a really important part. So we're going to do a lesson on this on its own. Next, we have elements. Okay, this is going to be pretty straightforward. You can see you've got stickers and GIFs or GIFs, however you pronounce it. Some people are passionate about that. I'm not. And again, these are just little things you can stick in your video to make it look neat, right? If you want to add those, the types of sequence breaks, the kind of things you put in videos that keep people's attention, you can slap all this stuff in there. Next, audio. You can see here you've got your full list of background music, which, as you can see here, 15,000 plus tracks available. That's a lot. And you can search, but you can cycle if you're looking for a certain type of song, right? There's different categories, which really helps all through here. Your voiceover, you can see here's the AI voiceovers, your own voiceovers, which you upload, and you can do that over here as well. And then recent ones you've used. Again, we'll talk about this more in its own lesson, though, because there's a lot to talk about with this. And so we'll dive back into it. Text is pretty straightforward. You can include your own text box beyond the subtitles that are listed. So if you click one of these, it's going to, boom, there goes a heading. You can add text. Okay, pretty straightforward. Styles. This goes back to what we looked at when we first uploaded the script, where it's just the subtitle style. As you can see here, I don't bother with this at all. Again, all these different subtitle styles. I dealt with that when I first uploaded the script. Don't really have to worry about it. Branding. Is what it sounds like. If you have specific branding for your channel, so you can see here I have this little logo, it says Animal of the Day. I've got it uploaded, logo position top right, meaning on the intro slide. You can see on the intro slide, it's automatically stuck up there all the time. You can change the size, you can make it opaque, more see-through. Different custom intro visuals. If you're doing the same one for every video, you can import it into there and it'll automatically display. I do on this channel, these intros custom, although I have a whole lesson, a bonus lesson at the end you can find creating those on Canva. But if you have the same intro visual for every single video, you can create that, upload that into here, and you can set it, enable intro scene, you can set it to appear for every video automatically that you make, right? If you want text to appear, this is a placeholder. I don't really use it, but you can include that. And so that way you make it once and it's consistent from there. Same with the outro, same concept, but it's the end. I don't actually use an outro on this channel. I just delete it, or I don't delete it. I just disable it on here. But not a big deal one way or the other. Scene logo, if you have specific logos, I don't bother with that as well. But that just helps your consistent branding when you get down to it from video to video. And then lastly, we have format. This is what we chose when we first uploaded the video. Again, you can see resolution, but also that 16:9, which is what we have here. This is, long form content on YouTube. And that 9:16 is short form shorts, right? And other content 1:1. You're not going to want to edit this once you upload the video. You can, but generally speaking, you wouldn't want to. So you're not going to bother with that. You'll just choose 16:9 for long form content before you even start. And that's just a quick crash course on these tools. Like I said, most of it's really straightforward, but the two main ones we're going to look at are visuals and audio. And those are going to be our next two lessons as we dive into those two. And if this sounds like a lot, I know it does. It's not as complicated as it sounds, because once we talk about visuals and audio, we're going to go back and we're going to walk through just the full generation of the video, and I'm going to explain step by step using these tools, everything I do to create these videos. So thanks for joining me on this one, and we'll see you in the next video as we dive into visuals. See you then. All right, welcome back, guys. So for this lesson, we are diving more specifically into the visual tool on Pictory. So the last lesson we talked just briefly through all these tools. Like I said, this lesson we're going to look at visuals a little bit more specifically, because this is something obviously you'll be using pretty heavily for every video you make. And I mean, it's video, right? You need the visuals tab. So this is your primary, like I said, with elements you can find GIFs, GIFs, whatever, emoji, stickers, but visuals is where you're getting these background images here, right? That automatically are inserted and played and scaled to your narration and things like that. So when you first click on visuals, you'll see you got libraries, textures, my uploads recent, and we looked at these briefly, but here's kind of the crux. When you upload this video, like I said, you're automatically getting some of these scenes that are auto-generated with things in the background. Now, depending on your niche, most of these might be fine, right? If your niche is more about the storytelling, is more about the content of what's being said, then the background may not be a huge deal. You may want to change out one or two, right? But it's not that big of a deal. With this niche, it's everything, right? I mean, these visuals are extremely important to the whole process. So I'm going to go through and I will actually switch out the strong majority of these slides. And that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. So to get started, you'll see this is my first, after the intro scene, which we'll go back and fix later. You can see here's the first slide. Hey everyone, and welcome to this video on penguins. Okay, we've got a slide here. It's got penguins. When you first click on the scene, you can see a preview of how it plays. That's fine. That's all I need. Penguins in the background, looking cute, being penguins. Okay. Immediately go to the next slide. And, they're known for their unique physical characteristics, blah, blah, blah. Well, notice the text doesn't say anything about penguins, so the scene didn't have anything to draw from to know to put penguins in it. I want penguins for almost every single slide I have. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Super simple. Search images and videos. We're just going to type in penguins. I think that's how you spell penguins. Yeah. Penguins of Madagascar. Penguin's mouth, penguin's teeth. That's weird. But we're just going to go with penguins, okay? And we're going to search. And here's what's going to pop up. As you look down here, immediately, what do you have? You have all these penguin videos. And check this out. I haven't even looked at this yet. I'm just guessing because I've used this enough. Penguins, penguins, countless penguins, penguins swimming, penguins and all these groups, penguins hanging out on the beach in the sand, right, by the water, penguins, penguins, penguins. You got little penguins, you got baby penguins, penguins, different types of penguins. And I can just keep going. Look at all these videos, right? And it's loading more, loading more. There's no telling how far I could go and keep coming across. See, now it's thinning out. There we go. Oh, no, we still got penguins, right, as you keep going. But you look at all these clips of penguins. Once you get here and up, it's just penguins, penguins. I've got 25 slides here, and there's just way more content than I can need. That's what's so great about everything you have here in Pictory. Way more content than I need. So what am I going to do? Well, let's say I want to throw in some penguins. These guys are cute right here at the top. 2 penguins. Okay, how do I get this in? Well, I showed you briefly before. I'm going to click. And it takes just a second, and guess what? There it is. It's replaced. I'm officially done with this scene, right? So like I said, even though I'm going to have to switch out most of these, it's nothing. It takes 2 seconds, right? So let's say I go to the next one. You know what? I want this penguin over here swimming. Click on it, and now we have a penguin swimming. That's it, right? I mean, it really is that simple. Now, one thing to look at when you click on these, you'll notice up here in the top right corner, there's a 14. That's how long that clip is. This one, 18, right? 40, that's long. See, this one's only 10. I wouldn't want to use this one because this scene is 11 seconds long, right? So I'd want to pick one of these that's long enough. That one's 8. Most of them are longer, though. 16, there's another 8, but 23, 33, 20. There's so many of these, right? You want to make sure it's long enough. If not, it just loops back over and starts the same clip over, which sometimes is perfectly fine, right? But that's really it. And I can go through these one by one by one by one, and it's just so quick and easy to just click and pop in another video, one after another after another. Okay. Now there's an option you can see here to click the heart, and that saves your favorites over here. I don't even have any because all my videos are different, but you can save them over to that end. And that's probably most of what you're going to need, right? I mean, it's super simple. Now, I said before there's textures. If you want to put like specific weird backdrops to it, you can just have a backdrop. Like if you aren't wanting the actual video clip, you can just do these background textures. Probably not going to do that. You can if you want, but something visual, moving, continuity breaks, general YouTube philosophy, it's helpful to have that something going on, something moving in the background. Next, I'll mention my uploads here, and this is one we're going to look at later. I've just got an intro scene that I've used on another video. I usually delete them out once I'm done, but you can upload your own video clips if you want to put in. Real simple, right? And we're actually going to look at importing some video from Canva later if you want even more variety of video. We're going to have another lesson there at the end when we talk about Canva that looks at how to do that, right? So you can upload your own there and just drag and drop, and then it pops in just like anything else. And then, of course, any recent ones you've used. And I'll be honest with you, that's it. It's super, 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 super simple. Now, just to explain a little bit further, see over here, you can change the time manually if you want. But like I said, you generally just let it do its thing. It's going to automatically adjust to your voiceover, especially if you're using AI voiceovers. But when we get to audio in the next lesson, we'll talk about it. Even if you don't use an AI voiceover, once you record your voiceover, this scene duration will auto adjust to how long your narration is, right? But if you want to make all the scenes like the same length, then you can set a time and then click that. Right, pretty simple to do, man, and you can delete a scene if you want, but I mean, guys, that's really it. I mean, it's that simple. This visuals tab, like I said, I can go through it and I can just switch all these out so easily if I want to, one by one by one, and just click on everything over here on the left and switch it all out. Right, I mean, it's just, I mean, I can't elaborate on just how easy it is, right? Go over here, click, and pops it in. My computer's going a little slow right now, but still, you can see it's pretty fast. And I've got another one, okay? Now, naturally for mine, I want it to match the text. So this one says they live in cold, icy environments and are well adapted to extreme weather. So I'd probably want to click on one that shows them in a cold, icy environment, where they're adapted to extreme weather conditions, right? But other than that, it depends on how specific your niche is to the video clips. But like I said, you can search for anything on here. You can see these are searches that have obviously been done, but any topic you can search if you need a specific visual. And that's it, guys. That's the visual tab, and that's how easy Pictory makes this. And it's why this tool is so useful, because you can make these professional videos with high quality footage quickly, so much quicker than trying to find this stuff and set it all up and set the timing manually. It's just drag and drop. You really can't go wrong. So that's the visuals tab. And the next lesson, we will talk about audio, and we will see you in that one when you're ready. Hey guys, so in this lesson we are going to look very quickly at the audio tool. Okay, so we've looked through all these tools briefly. We looked a little bit more in the last lesson at visuals, and now we're going to look at audio. And we touched on this briefly already, so I'm going to try to move through this, but this is the next part that's going to be really important, because for most all channels, you're going to want some kind of background music, and you're probably going to want some kind of voiceover. If you don't need voiceover, you don't have to worry about any, well, you probably still want background music, but you don't have to worry about that. But chances are you're going to want voiceover. So I'm going to walk through this real quick. When you first click on audio, and you'll see it says new, that's because at the time of this recording, they've added some new AI voiceovers, which we'll look at in a little bit. They're always adding new features. One thing I love about this. But the first thing you'll see, background music. 15,000 plus tracks available. And like I said before, you can categorize these based on the type of music you want. I often like having something that's a little more upbeat, like sing-songy for this kind of content, or something that maybe matches the animal. But regardless, you'll find anything you need. Now, when you upload in your script, it'll automatically apply a song. This one is Jam Island Bounce. I don't know. But you'll want to just check and pick whatever you want. And also you want to set the audio levels. But first off, you can go through and you can search, but you can also just look at these different ones and you can just check them out. It's pretty obvious enough. Clicking play. Okay. And so you got Jam Island Bounce here. And see, it is really simple as I go through these. And some of these are kind of goofy, but as you go through them, one thing I like to do, if you find one you like, you can literally just click apply, right? And that applies it. What I like to do though is when I find ones that work well, I click this little heart right here. Right, and it saves it under essentially what's your favorites. And these are ones that I like to use a lot on mine. There's all sorts of different, you'll see, like happy-go-lucky sounding ones for me tend to do real well. Or sometimes indie type songs. Regardless, the point is there's infinite breadth to what you can do here background music-wise, and it's as simple background-wise, it's as simple as clicking apply. And now that's our background music, okay? And we'll listen to it in a second. Next, voiceover options. Okay, so you can do them yourself, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. That's what I do. You can use AI voiceovers if you like. Nothing wrong with that. I personally like the personal touch. It kind of becomes a identify with your channel, your voice. But if you want to use these AI voiceovers, here's the list on here, and you can see they've got kind of American English, they've got English, UK English, Australian English, and I mean these are all English naturally, but you can see Indian, New Zealand, South African. You got lots of different ones, and you can test them out too to see what they sound like.
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that video increases conversion rate by 80%.
See, you got American voices, you got...
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that video increases...
Right, and so forth, so on. You can go through those yourself, and what's cool about this, if you want to use one of these, you just click apply, and it's automatically just going to add that to your whole video, and your voiceover work is done. So like I said, I spend maybe 15 minutes voicing over the whole thing. If you want to do that, you just click one button and the voiceover is just completely done. So again, AI has written your script, AI is reading your script, AI is generating your video, man. This is just so simple to do, okay? And then next, and I'll come back to recording your own. Again, my uploads, this is pretty obvious. You can see for voiceover, there's a million little files on here because they save all as individual files for individual slides. And so you can see all the voiceovers I've done for all of the videos I've done. and it's a lot, right? There's lots of them in there. They've just saved on there. And naturally, you can drag and drop if you need to import for whatever reason. I don't really think you would. If you want to upload music, I haven't uploaded any because they have so much in here, but you can upload yourself there. Recent, you can see recent songs, recent voiceovers, obvious enough, and I talked about favorites. Now, quickly, I want to mention audio settings. This is where you can find your background music volume, and I'll mention this when we kind of walk through how to create an entire video. But what I've found, I turned it down all the way now so you can hear the voiceover in a little bit. You're going to want to play with this, and this depends on the genre of music. Some sounds louder, some sounds quieter, but to kind of mix your background music volume versus your voiceover volume, you're going to want to figure out a sweet spot for you. When I record my own voiceover, I actually like to set this down to about 20%. I think that tends to work well. So I'm going to leave it there for now so I can show you in just a little bit. But that's going to, like I said, it's going to compare to your actual voiceover. The cool thing is you can preview how a slide or the whole thing sounds. So if you click preview up here, I'm not going to do it yet, that'll preview your entire video. If you click it down here, this will just preview the individual slide, this individual slide right here. So to show you what this looks like, I'm actually going to record my own voiceover. I'm going to show you how to do that first, and then we'll preview it. To record your own, you can see right here, it's pretty obvious. It says add voiceover. Okay. So you go to this menu right here, you can upload. The cool thing is here, you can just record it right into Pictory. And this is what I do. It makes it so easy rather than trying to upload. So I'm going to go to record voiceover. Okay. We're going to click it. And you'll see right here, you've got a little red button. It makes it super easy. You press it to start recording. You press it again when you're done with that slide. Okay, and so I'm going to press it to start. Now, obviously, I'm talking, and this is not what we want on the slide. So if I realize, oh, I've messed up, I click stop, and I just cancel. Okay, so now we're going to redo this. All right, and I'm going to do this one slide for real quick, and then we're going to listen to it. So I click record voiceover. I'm going to put on my silly voiceover voice, and we're going to go ahead and knock this one out. Okay, click record, and I'll pause for a second before I start. I like a little bit of space. All right. Hey everyone, and welcome to this video on penguins. Penguins are fascinating creatures that have captivated our imaginations for centuries. All right, I stopped. Now I can play back right here. If I click play, I can play back what I just spoke. Hey everyone, and welcome to this video on penguins. Right. Penguins are fascinating creatures. Sounds pretty good. So we're going to click apply. Okay. Now, what we can do to hear what this sounds like, and I just preview the whole video when I'm done, but we're going to preview this slide, okay, to hear what it sounds like with the background music. So we click preview, and it does take a second. The preview always takes a second to load. It takes a little bit longer when you're doing the whole thing. Hey everyone, and welcome to this video on penguins. Penguins are fascinating creatures that have captivated our imaginations for centuries. And there you go. Now, you will notice that the video is a little spotty, touch and go when it's playing. It just does that because of the internet connection. My computer's going slow. But when you actually download it and whatnot, it'll work better. Now, the other thing I didn't mention, the scene duration. When I recorded this, it was a different time. It was actually a little bit shorter than this. Again, I mentioned before, when you record that voiceover, it actually the scene duration will automatically adjust to your recording, right? So you don't have to go back and make sure it fits just right. It automatically does it, which is a dream come true. It's everything you want, right? So that automatically adjusts, and that one's done. And so if I want to keep going through, I literally just do that. I record, and here you can obviously, like I said, remove if you want to remove it and redo it. But as soon as I'm done, I'm going to click and just go to the next one, and I'm going to read it. When I'm done with that, I'm going to go to the next one, right? And so even though it takes a lot more time than doing the AI voiceover, it's certainly a lot quicker than other options. To be able to record the voiceover directly in Pictory makes a huge difference. Like I said, a video like this, no more than 15 minutes, honestly, if I'm messing up probably, but I can knock out the whole thing pretty quickly. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can play with that mixing the audio. Actually, I'd probably turn the background music down slightly if it's me, because I thought that song's kind of loud. But again, that's up to your preference. It's it depends on how it sounds compared to how you talk or how the AI voiceover sounds. So you want to set that and make sure it matches. And yeah, so that's the audio tab, which is pretty much, like I said, your background music, and then your voiceover. That's the crux of it. And with all the options here, it can be really quick or take a little bit longer, but you can do it really professionally with audio. So now, with that said, in the next lesson, we're going to bring all this together and I'm going to walk you through. We've already looked at a lot of the steps, but I'm just going to walk you through the practical, like what I do when I create a video. So we'll see you in the next lesson. All right, what's up, everybody? So in this video, this is it. This is where we put everything together and I show you exactly my step-by-step making a video. With that said, we've already gone over everything. So everything you're going to see in this video so far is pretty much just putting into play what we've already looked at, what I've already shown you. In the last two lessons, as we talked about video and audio, that's most of what we're doing here, right? Because we've already created our script in ChatGPT, and we learned how to do that. We've already imported that script into Pictory, and it's created our video, right? And for some of you, that's all you have to do, right? Maybe you put in an AI voiceover and then you're done. For me, like I said, I do a couple extra steps. I have really specific videos I want, so I switch those out. And I'll show you how I do this myself, and then I'll skip over some of the monotony. But I just want to show you just so you literally say, okay, here's what I'm doing. So the first thing I want to mention is the intro scene. Okay, I mentioned before that I create custom intro scenes on my own, and I've already uploaded it in here, so I'm going to show you. And I've already uploaded it because I have a lesson later that goes over exactly how I made that in Canva. So I've already made that, but I've recorded the lesson where I made that in Canva, and you can check that one out. But I'm going to show you how I bring that in. So here's the intro scene that I've uploaded right here. It won't say add text. It's just a blank text box. See, just blank. All right. It says animal of the day, penguin. And when it plays, you can see it pops up. Penguins in the background. Super, super professional, right? And I created this in Canva. Check out that lesson. But to add this, all I have to do, this intro slide, like I said, it had a placeholder, but I just came over here to my visuals. And remember, my uploads, after I created this in Canva, I just dragged and dropped it right here, right? And this little video clip, and then here it is, right here, animal of the day. So just like every other video we've done, I just clicked it, right? I mean, it's that simple. I clicked it, and boom, it popped it in right here as our full custom intro scene, right? Super, super, super simple. I made it about 6.5 seconds. I talk about that in the other video. You know, it's in the ballpark of what I like to do, but it's going to look different for you. I create these custom slides different for every video because I do, the different animal in the background. But for many of you, your channel, you're going to have that intro slide, and it's going to be the same every time. So you're going to make it, and you're going to take this slide, and you're going to just incorporate it into your branding, right? You're going to upload it in here as your intro visual, and any text you want over the top, but you're just gonna upload it here, and it'll automatically be your intro slide in every video you do. Make it really easy. But if you're like me and you do custom ones, you'll see in that video how quick this looks like a really nice intro slide. And the text, this is a template. This took me less than a minute. So easy to make in Canva. Okay. So next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move through. And if you remember in the example earlier, I already did the video and the audio for this first slide. And remember how I do that? The video, we're just, again, we've already gone over this. So we're going to library. I'm typing in this case, penguin. And as we said, all this video on penguins, and I just switch in whichever clip I want. I can look for something different or more specific. Okay, and I've already done the voiceover. I'll go over all that in a minute. And so then from here, I'm literally just going to go through, and my first step, like I said, I'm coming here. I've done my intro slide, and I'm just going to go through clip to clip. Okay, so this one, they're known for their unique physical characteristics and adorable personalities. What am I going to do? I don't know. Click on a video of a penguin. Okay, and there it is. That one's done. All right, let's go to our next slide. What are we going to do here? I don't know. Let's see. We'll explore some most interesting facts about penguins. Habitat, diet, behavior. How about click a different one. And there's another video clip. I mean, guys, like this literally couldn't be easier. If I want to do a different clip, I can switch it out to whatever I want. This is so simple. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. That's the whole process. So I'm going to go through this entire video. And I'm just going to switch this out, all 25 scenes. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'm going to fast forward because I'm literally just doing the same thing. I'm going to fast forward. And then now, once I flip through it, we're going to look at audio. Okay. And we're done with video, just like that. So, like I said, I fast forwarded through that. That took me, I don't know, few minutes, maybe 3 minutes to do 25 clips, right? I mean, it's no time at all. And what's crazy is, in those 3 minutes, I'm done with all of the video. Like, the full video portion is done, right? Just a few minutes here on Pictory. Super, super quick and easy. So next, we move on to the audio, and that's two parts. That's going to be our voiceover, and then it's going to be background music. Now, for voiceover, and again, we've already talked about all this, so I'm just showing you my process going through it. Remember, first off, you can do these AI voiceovers if you want, and it's as simple as one click, and you're completely done. So literally just 2 seconds. If you want, though, like I do my own voiceovers, right? And just like I showed you earlier, I'm doing that right here. So what am I going to do? Well, we've already done scene 1 when we gave the example for audio. And remember, when it's done, it shows this little piece in the bottom right corner. So we're going to move on to scene 2, and we're just going to go scene after scene. So it's really as simple as, remember, add voiceover, record voiceover, and then I press record. I'm going to speak. I'm using a mic. You can, speak directly in your computer's mic, but if you have a better microphone, obviously it can help the audio quality. I'm going to speak directly into the mic and then click when I'm done. That simple. So real quick for this one, put on my voiceover voice again. They are known for their unique physical characteristics and their adorable personalities. And we're done. Okay, click apply. And that's finished. So now what? Move on to the next one, right? We're just doing this one after another. So simple. Here we go. In this video, we will be... Oh, see, I messed up. So what am I going to do when I mess up? I just stopped immediately and cancel. Okay? So that's actually a great example. That was genuine. So I just go back and re-click it again. Super fast. And we're going to try again. In this video, we will explore some of the most interesting facts about penguins, including their habitat, diet, behavior, and more. And apply. And we're done, right? It is really that easy, okay? And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do that for the whole video. So once again, I'm going to do that fast forward thing like I mentioned earlier. And as soon as I'm done with that, we will come back here. And I'll show you the background music. All right. And just like that, we're done. So now we're going to take a quick look at our background music. We've got our video portion done, and we've got the full voiceover done. Okay. Now that voiceover, when I read it myself, does take longer. That probably took me 10 to 15 minutes to do. Because, I mess up a few times, that sort of thing. Again, that's the difference between that AI voiceover. I do it because I think it sounds better, but AI, if you want to go with that, it's super, super, super quick. Okay, last thing, background music. Okay, I got to pick my music. And again, there's my uploads. I don't really have any, I don't have any background music uploaded. So I usually just go to the ones that I favorited. And what I'll do when I'm bored, or when I have some time, I'll just go under the full load of music and I'll just search through a bunch of different options, and I'll find ones that I like, and I'll just click the heart and I'll favorite them, and I created a long list of ones that'll work well for my types of videos, right? And remember, you can listen to these and find one that you like. Happy Clappy. That's an interesting one. Okay. So... that's really interesting. I'll tell you what. Why not? Okay. Happy. It's penguins. That sort of thing. So we've applied Happy Clappy. Hang on. Oh wait, never mind. No, I was playing the wrong one. I was playing a different one. So this is what Happy Clappy looks like, or sounds like. Okay. Again, whatever. It sounds fine to me. It's happy. It's a penguin. So we clicked apply already, and so guess what? That's the background music. Now, the last thing, as we already talked about, is just setting the background music level. This is kind of loud and upbeat. I said I usually do around 20%. I'm going to try 18%. Okay? So, background music is set. The only thing left to do now is to preview our video and make sure everything sounds good. So, to preview our video, what we're going to do is, like I said, you can preview individual slides down here, but we want to preview the whole thing. So we're going to click preview. Now it says preparing video preview. This does take a little bit to set up the whole thing to play. And you'll notice too, as we watch it, some of the clips could possibly be a little bit choppier. It's doubtful, but it could happen. Because it's being played directly through the browser. See, it is a little choppy. But you hear that? Hey everyone, and welcome to this video on penguins. Penguins are fascinating. Sounds good to me, right? Looks perfect. It's a little choppy, but other than that, everything looks great. So, with that said, I'm going to skip to the end of this. Actually, I'm going to X out of it. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. I'll watch it later. And guess what? We're done. It's really that easy. So when you're completely done, all you have to do is click download, right? And we're good, right? And so it says you can click around the background if you want to keep working, but that's it. I've set it up to download. It's going to download, it's generating video, and guys, that is it. It is really that simple. We're 100% done with our video. So I just want you guys to see how easy that is. If you haven't checked it out, though, I want you to go from here and check out those next couple videos that I've uploaded on Canva to show you how I do the intro slides and a couple other things. And so that easy, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, if you have any questions, don't forget to shoot them over to me. I'd love to help you out. All right, and welcome back. So in this lesson, this is a really helpful lesson. This is a lesson on importing video from Canva. So we've looked at the video options in Pictory already, right? And we talked about how over here in visuals, you've just got so many options. But let's pretend you need something super specific, right? With my niche, sometimes every once in a while, there'll be a video. If I need a picture of a baby penguin eating, and maybe I can't find that, I'm choosing that as an example, I'll come check Canva. Canva arguably has an even bigger treasure trove of video. And so here's how we're going to use Canva. If we want to pull in, or if you need more clips or different clips or something like that, here's how we're going to do that from Canva. So the first thing, right here on the Canva homepage, once you are logged in, and I have Canva Pro, and we'll look at that. Canva Pro does give you access to more video than you would normally have. I recommend it. It's a paid subscription, but I do recommend it for YouTube in general. I use it for all kinds of stuff on the channel itself as well. I have a lesson on thumbnails, a bonus lesson that I recommend. If you don't know a lot about doing thumbnails on YouTube, check it out. I'll show you how to make those here on Canva. So what we're going to do is you can either go here and search for templates, but I usually just go to create a design. And you see these drop down options. You'll see there's a bunch of kind of suggested options here that you can kind of scroll through. You can do a custom size, whatever you want, import a file. But we just need a YouTube video, something formatted for that. You'll see plenty of YouTube stuff recommended. And if I start typing YouTube, see channel or banner, logo, ad, you'll see different types of video shorts. I make shorts through this. And what you'll notice here is it's automatically, the size here is formatted automatically when you pick the template. This is super helpful. We just want part of a YouTube video. So I'm just going to type YouTube video. Okay, and you'll see all the different YouTube video options. They're all going to be sized properly for YouTube. So 1920 by 1080, same thing, 1920 by 1080, right? All of these are going to be the same thing, assuming it's for an actual video. It's just different types of templates that it automatically gives you access to. So we're just going to go to YouTube video, though, make it short. It opens it in a new window. Here, the basic Canva section, and you'll see this is a video. You can see the seconds down here. This is a video template versus just like a graphic design template, which we'll see a little bit later. And so how are we going to look up video? Well, it's actually somewhat similar to with Pictory, except in this case we're going to go to elements. See, Pictory has elements as well, and you'll notice it even looks the same, the design, like the triangle, heart, all that. But in Pictory, you go to visuals. Here, you're going to go to elements, okay? And you're going to search what you want. So I'm going to type in penguin, okay? So let's say I want a penguin video. Real simple. Now, there's all sorts of, there's graphics, photos, videos, audio. We want a video. So you can either click, you can scroll through or click see all, or you can just click up here, videos. And here's all the penguin videos. And just like Pictory, look at this. Penguins, 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 countless penguins, right? I mean, all kinds of stuff. And you can see how long they are. It's very similar to Pictory. And you see, too, as I look at some of these, how it says Pro in the bottom right. That means you have to have Canva Pro to use it. That's that little crown symbol. You'll see the majority of these have the crown symbol, but there's a few that don't as well. And you can filter that out if you don't have Canva Pro. But so there are resources here you can see that don't have the crown, but Canva Pro is worth it. And so here's a lot more at the top here that don't require it. Canva Pro is definitely worth it, though, if you're doing YouTube, trying to take it seriously at all. And so literally all you have to do, so simple. Let's say, I don't know, whatever this is. I'm going to use this video. If you click on it, it's just going to kind of paste the video on the top. So what you're going to want to do is click and drag. You can either drag it to the edge, or what I usually do is just drag it down here at the bottom in this panel and let go. And there's the video. You can see this video is about 8.6 seconds long in total. So I can't really make it longer, but right here I can make it shorter if I want the video clip to be shorter, right? If I want, I'm going to delete this, just hit delete. Let's say I want another video. Here's one that's 20 seconds. If I'm going to do this one, so now I've got the full 20.2 seconds, but I can make this shorter if I just need a shorter clip, right? But I literally just bring this in, video's done, and then you can name it up here, and it's really this simple. Literally all I do is download this video, okay? So I would go to download it, you're going to go share, right? And you're going to just click, I mean, it's really simple. I just drag the video in, and remember, everything's formatted for YouTube. I'm going to go to download, okay? And it's the file type automatically is an MP4. It says that's suggested. That's obviously what you want to use. So some of these are picture files and all that, and you're going to click download, right? 1080p is already set for streaming, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you would just click download, and that's it. It downloads the MP4 video for this clip. And then what you would do is you would come over to Pictory here, and you would go to visuals, which we're already on, go to my uploads, and literally all you do is you're going to drag that downloaded file, drop it right here in this box, and it's going to pop up down below, and it's going to be accessible. And then you can add that video in just like you would on my uploads. Yeah, you're just going to click it down there, and it pops it straight in to whichever scene you're on in Pictory. And that is it. Okay, it is that simple. You can search through whatever clips you want, drag it, drop it, and yeah, you can make longer videos in Canva, so you can add in more video clips if you want. But for Pictory purpose, you just want individual clips to be able to load in. You're just going to do that and download it. And then let's say, well, I want to download another one. I'm just going to switch out for another clip. Say I like this one. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to click download again and download that copy, and then I'm going to upload all of those in Pictory. So really that simple. Canva makes it so easy because of those templates, and that's how you can just upload your own videos. And so with that said, now we're going to get ready to transition into some more Canva tools and take another step in looking at creating that awesome custom intro. If you already did the lesson where I walk through the full creation of the video, you'll see exactly how I made that intro slide right here in Canva. So we'll see you in that one. All right, everybody, and welcome back. So in this video, we are going to look at creating custom intro clips or intro slides, intro videos for your videos. Now, if you've gone in order and you've already watched the video where I walk completely through the creation of the video in Pictory, that intro video that you saw there, and like I mentioned it in the video, that's the video, that's the clip or the intro clip I'm about to make. Right, I'm creating these videos in that reverse order. So the one I'm about to make is the one you've already seen in that video. So you're going to watch me actively make the one that's used in that video. And I'm going into this blind. We're just going to make one for this video. But I want you to see how easy and quick this is. So the first thing we're going to do, right, I talked about the templates in Canva. So we're going to go right up here and create a design. And what do we want here? Well, we want, it's for YouTube, right? Video, YouTube video intro. So we're going to type in YouTube, and let's just see, try intro. And what do you know? There is a template for it. Of course, Canva has that. So we're literally going to go YouTube intro. Okay. Now, as we look at YouTube, as you do this, not only is this quick and easy, but depending on your channel, and I've said this before, you may just want one intro video that you do for, or intro clip that you do for every video. It's probably going to be what most people want to do. For mine, I like to make mine custom a little bit for every video to feature the animal for this channel. But most of you, you're going to make this one time and be done. I want to show you how easy this is. So on the left side, you can see already we're under design. That's where it starts you. Here's all these templates, and you can see, you can hold your cursor over it and see how they look. And you've got all sorts of options here, these animated options where you can change the text. I mean, look at, and you can just click those, it pops in, you know, the backdrop, and you can change the backdrop video, but these look really good as you look through and see there's other options. See the like, share, subscribe, you may clips that in on the back end of your intro, so many different options. So we're going to make one of these, and as I'm looking here, let's pick one. I want one that gives me a lot of space for a picture, okay, and some room for text. So let's try this. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to show you how I do it. I need the title of the video and the animal, and then I'll change the picture in the background to a video. So the first thing I want to do, the name of the channel is Animal of the Day. Maybe, no, we'll leave that lowercase. Okay, and we want this to fit on one line. And I want this little piece, and this for just some graphic design, this piece up here, I want it to stay kind of in relationship to the A. Okay, so we're going to extend this out so it all fits. All right, now that's right over the A where it needs to be. All right, and then I'm going to hold Shift and click this piece. And this is, if you know graphic design at all, right, that just selects both of these at the same time. And I'm going to center this up on this design as a whole, okay? And then this bottom line, we're going to take this bottom line here, and we're going to bring it down, and penguin, okay? So that's what the animal of the day is. It's a penguin. Super simple. And we're going to center penguin, and to make sure this is centered. Oops, actually, I didn't connect those together, so we're going to click undo. Connect these two together, and we're going to center it. I'm going to eyeball it because I want the text to be centered, not just that piece on the left. So I'm not much of a graphic designer, if you can't tell. I think this is fine. I'm not too picky. Okay. All right. So we have animal of the day, penguin. So next thing I need to do is change the background. Go to elements, type in penguin. You remember the other video? If you're going in order, we just watched the one where I did this. I looked up videos under elements, and we've got some clips of penguins. All right, let's do this first one. I like the sunset picture. Let's just see how it looks, right? Because I want it to blend well with the text. Okay, so I just drag it in. You know what? I think that's fine. Like, y'all call me crazy here. I know I just tried this. let me show you how this is going to look when you play it. Okay, so right here at the beginning, when you click play, the video pops up. This is going to be your intro. Boom. Animal of the day, penguin. That's it. Now, it is a little long. I like to make my intros, and this is just me, I like to make them in the ballpark of like 7 seconds. Certainly no longer. I would actually probably go a little shorter than 7. I think this is helpful just because that people are paying attention to the visual in the background. I might make it a little shorter. 5 seconds at most is probably good for most channels, but this one has the visual appeal of the background. So, animal of the day, penguin. Guess what? I'm done. My custom intro slide is completely and utterly done. That's it. Okay, I've made a completely custom, and this is why I do custom intro slides on every video I do, because they look, I think they look highly professional. But like I said, for your channel, you may just do this once and be done with it. And you can even, back in Pictory, remember that branding section, you can set this up on there to be the intro slide in every video you make, and it's already done. But if you want to make a custom on every video, do this. If not, you can still come into Canva, play around with these designs, find one that you like, and create your custom intro slide. And if you already watched that video where I walk through the whole creation, you'll see like this really does, this is a really good professional introduction to a video, right? And it's so simple, takes no time at all. And when you're done, just like we did before, you'll go up here to share and download, and we'll download that as an MP4 and import it right into Pictory. And if you haven't watched that video yet, you'll see this is the exact design I'm going to use for me, but that you've already watched, the design intro slide that I used in that video. That's it, right? So that said, that's your intro slide. It's that simple. Canva, it's awesome. Get it, play with it if you haven't gotten it. I recommend Canva Pro if you can do it. Definitely worth it. So with that said, like I said, check out, if you haven't watched, the last video we have here is going to detail making custom thumbnails on Canva. And, I don't know what you do about thumbnails or if you've thought about it much, but I know that's not about the video creation process, but it's such an important part of YouTube. I just thought I'd throw in the bonus lesson, try to help you out, because Canva is such a useful tool. It makes this so easy, and it's so important for YouTube. I mean, thumbnails, if you're not aware, like that's make or break for your YouTube video. So again, check that out. Check it out. We hope you like this one, and we'll see you in that next video. All right, everybody. So this is a bonus lesson. Now, every video we've done so far obviously has looked at the actual video making process, not the back-end YouTube work. But this bonus video is going to look at creating thumbnails for your YouTube videos. And I wanted to include this because, number one, we're already talking about Canva. And number two, this is just so important to YouTube in general, right? I mean, if you've done YouTube before, if you know anything about how it works, thumbnails are make or break for your channel, right? Professional thumbnails make all the difference in people clicking on those videos. And so even though this isn't, this is completely extra on top of the course, I wanted to do a lesson on this since you're going to be using Canva anyways. And so to create these thumbnails, like I said, Canva is great because you've already got all the templates. So like always, we're going to go up here to create a design, drop down, and you can see it's already in my suggested because I use it a lot. But if you start typing in here, YouTube, there's so many options for YouTube thumbnail, right? You see this drop down, look at this. So you got YouTube thumbnail, and again, it's sized exactly how it needs to be. But below that, you've got themes, different types of templates that you can browse through. We're just going to go general, though. We're going to click YouTube thumbnail because there's plenty of templates that pop up, thumbnail moniker. So after opening this up, like I said, it's now, we've been looking at videos. Now this is just a general, graphic design image here. You look here on the left in one of the design tabs where it starts you, and you'll see all of these templates for thumbnails, right? And you see all these, like I love the stereotypical thumbnail of like somebody making a shocked face. That's what they all are. If you do something like that, it can be helpful of course, if you use your own image, right, and when you record, to replace these shocked faces with yourself, right? But even if you don't want to do that, there's so many other options. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use like a shocked face person, but there's just so many different options. So for me, like I said, I'm making this from scratch. My goal with the thumbnail is I want the backdrop to reflect what the video is about, right? And that's with any video you make. So mine's about animals. I want it to reflect, in this case, say penguins. I want it to have something about penguins in the background. I want the text. See how there's text in these thumbnails? More often than not, and this isn't the case with all channels, it depends, but it's good to have that text in the thumbnails. A lot of people, even more than looking at your titles, they're looking at that thumbnail to figure out what your video is about. And you want them to be able to look and see it very, very easily, right? So I want something where I can get a good image in the background. And obviously you can see here, there's so many options. And you can even remove, you can use one of these and remove the person altogether if you don't want to use something like that. And so for mine, I need animal of the day, and I need the name of whatever that animal is going to be. So I'm just, like I said, I'm scrolling through. There's so many of these that can be used. Let's just pick this one real quick. Okay. So, like I said, right off the bat, I don't want this guy. And you can see each of these images, that little kind of effect in the background can be selected. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click delete and delete that guy out. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and fix our text here. For mine, like I said, mine is animal of the day. So, animal. Go down to the next one of oh my gosh, not tree. Animal of the day and penguin. Okay. Now in this case, I want this little blue bar behind penguin needs to be even. So that's the actual text box. That doesn't matter. I'm going to click on the blue bar and pull it in a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll select both of these. And I'm just, like I said, I'm not a graphic designer, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to get rid of this background effect. There's another background effect back there too. Or no, that's the actual background. But I'm not a graphic designer. I just kind of like, hey, let's center this thing up maybe. I don't know. Like I said, you don't have to be a great graphic designer to do this. Maybe we'll extend these back out. I think it looks better if it's in this range. That's good enough, okay, as far as I'm concerned. Again, everything's not perfect. It's not perfectly even. You don't have to be some amazing graphic designer to make this thing work. And remember, if you're trying to move multiple things like this all together, you shift click each one of them. And that's going to be the case in most graphic design software you use, okay? So next, I want to put my penguins in the background, okay? Animal of the day, penguin. So we're going to go over here to elements, type in penguin, okay? In this case, we don't want videos, we want photos. So I'm going to want an image that doesn't mess with the text. Let's just play around. Let's try some different images, okay? See, I'm just dragging this over to the edge and letting it go. So an image like this could work, but, a bunch of penguins behind the text makes it a little bit less readable. I like to throw in a couple different images and find something that looks good. See, I'm just kind of testing different images here. That could do. I mean, a lot of these, as I'm already doing these, a lot of these would work just fine. That's not terrible. See, I'm just moving in picture after picture. See, depending on how quickly when you go, a lot of these will already work. But like I said, I'm still trying things just because this is going to be the one I'm going to use, right, for my video. And so I want to pick something that looks good. Usually it's good, of course, you want your image to mostly be centered, to the side of the text. So something like this. Look at this. perfect. We're going to go with this because look at this. All of these penguins are to the right side of the text. And guess what? I'm done. There we go. Our thumbnail is officially finished. This is the thumbnail that's going to go on the video, right? And you can play around with the colors of the text if you want. I'm not even going to bother. We're going to pump this out and look, my thumbnail is completely done. Utilizing these templates, it is so easy to create a professional thumbnail. So remember, the key here, you're coming to Canva, use the thumbnail template, and then, open a thumbnail under designs, and then you're going to go through under the design tab, pick one that works well for you, and you can play around with different options, right? Change the text to whatever you want, and then come over to elements, and find a picture that works. And it's that simple, guys. Again, this is why Canva is so helpful. And remember, you can see a lot of these pictures that don't have that crown in the bottom right, like here, 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 here. These are all non-Canva Pro pictures, but this is Canva. All these ones that have the crown require you to have Canva Pro, and it is worth it, in my opinion, when the dust settles, because Canva Pro gives you access to a lot more. So it's like this image I'm using. This is a Canva Pro image, so I have access to this because of Canva Pro. So recommend that. But those are thumbnails, guys. It is really that easy. So this is the final lesson of the whole thing. If you've gone in order, I really hope you learn the ins and outs of this. I tried to be detailed. I tried to walk through exactly how I do everything. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. Like I'm genuinely just trying to help people out here. So I'd be happy to help you with anything you need, answer any questions you need. We're all working out here, trying to better our lives and trying to improve our content. So like I said, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a lot about thumbnails here, and hope to hear from you at some point. All right. Thanks, everybody.